Good evening, ladies, gentlefers, and my lovely NBs. We are here live in Winnipeg at Riverside Arena for Game 7 of the FBA Finals. My name is Marcus Baylor, and to my right is Ryan Eastman. How are you doing, dude? Oh my goodness, this is such an exciting time to be an FBA fan.
That it is a series that I did not expect to make it to 7 after we witnessed not only Albany win on the road game 1, but Albany win on game 1, and then for Winnipeg to go on the road and win twice and go up 3-1. The fact that we are here in game 7 is a testament to both teams' fortitude and away winning ability.
Yeah, honestly, if you were to tell me that the road to game 7 would be Albany winning game 1 on the road, then Winnipeg winning 3 straight, and then out of nowhere, the Alphas finds a way to tie things back up in the next 2 games in wild fashions, mind you. I would tell you you'd be on some crazy juice at this moment because of the amount of intensity that both of these teams have really shown game in and game out. It just really just goes to it's a complete toss up at who's going to win this. Because I can give you my analysis of what could happen here, but at this point, it's anyone's guess.
Yeah, I mean, we saw back to back teams have a massive lead and watch it crumble. 7 point deficit with 17 seconds to go. Albany down 3-1, facing elimination on the road. And somehow, Terry O'Toole showed up in those final 17 seconds and managed to push it to overtime, where Albany finally got the momentum going. And Game 7 is going to be starting shortly. And Marcus, I want your opinion. How much momentum is behind Albany right now?
I think there is a ton of momentum. Like each game win had a featuring of a starter really just showing out. As you mentioned with Terry in game 5, we also have to mention Narkissa in game 6. It just seems like every time there was a win for the Alphas, there's one player in that really stepped it up for them, and it's going to be crazy if they're able to find one more person or one of those three that actually did play in Watterson, Cassius, and Terry in their respective games to really like come up and finish what they have started on this run. So they have plenty of momentum, but of course, Winnipeg does have the crowd on their side. We'll see how things go.
Yeah, and I mean, thing to keep in mind here, 33% of home games have been wins. You would have to say, based off that math, Albany would be favored just by how the two teams have been playing on the road. It is really going to take a lot of Winnipeg here to show that kind of mental fortitude to come into Game 7 after being up 3-1 and still finish it out tonight. Marcus, before this game starts, who do you have winning?
That's a
Remember,
great
you said Winnipeg
question.
to start the series.
I did say Winnipeg, and I honestly, I'm just going to have to stick with what I got and go for the home crowd. I mean, of course, as a fellow Canadian myself, I want to see them go ahead and bring it home. It's going to be an exciting time. I think that I can say that Winnipeg could probably win this. We'll see what happens, but
Well, I mean,
that's my hope.
I'm gonna take the easy route and stay with the team that has the heat and the momentum behind them. The team that I picked from the start, which is Albany. You had said in 5 or 6 you thought Winnipeg was going to win, and it looked very much like that. And I think Albany is proving you wrong each step of the way, and they're going to prove you wrong here tonight, one final time
Wow.
to take home the trophy.
We'll see how that goes. And as of course, as we're talking, we're seeing the players getting ready to get things started, and it's going to be a very exciting time.
And with that, the tip-off goes the way of Albany. Has been a consistent factor for Albany in this series so far that Watterson comes out on top, and there is Kivar, the veteran, down low in the post, taking the dish from Terry O'Toole and just laying it up and in. Not a difficult shot for him at all. Get to see who from Winnipeg can step up here tonight. As we see a 3 coming out there. The 3-point game has been to the benefit of Albany this series so far, and it'd be great to see Winnipeg get that going here tonight. And almost losing the ball, Vastenhout giving it to Narcissa from the right sideline, unable to make the 3-pointer. Carbonu almost losing the ball there. Passing around the perimeter, trying to figure out who they want to get open. They're going to give a screen. The Dragon now matched up against Terry, letting Carbonu be the one to take it into the paint. Over top of Kivar is good. The Arctic Fox gets the better of the Jaguar there. Terry setting up for a battle down low in the post. Kivar versus Malka. Kivar not enough juice behind that hook shot. Comes up short. Bit difficult backing down against the Penguin. The Dragon getting the better matchup against Vastenhout, but rattles in and out. Missed opportunity there from the Voyagers. This time Kivar has the right juice behind it. Nothing but net over the Puffin. We're going to see Francois be the one to bring it up the court. Dishing on over to Carbonu. Two players who stepped up on the Olympic Canadian team and what helped bring home the gold for Canada. You see a little bit of a turnover there. Ball battled for and came up on the Albany side. Terry, he's been hot from beyond the arc this series, not able to make that. I wish he had set up a little bit more. Saw he had an open look, but took a bit of a leaner rather than setting up for a stable shot. The confidence has to be behind the good boy here. Malka against Narcissa. Over to Carbonu. For 3 is good. That's the second 3 for Winnipeg so far. Kivar. Put the ball at the top of the arc. Giving it over to Narcissa, who sets up for a 3. High shot over the defender. Not able to make it, though, off the back iron. No good. The Puffin. Baltave with the teardrop is good as the drive to the post works out, and the Voyagers have the lead 10-4. Great run to start this game. Narcissa from a yellow arc rattles in and out. An opportunity to break it down to a 3-point game. Fails there, but Winnipeg has to start keeping this momentum going. Even though Kokino's fading away over the smaller defender does not work out to his advantage. Kivar, quick play, pass down low in the post. Will just hook it in off the glass over the defender. As you saw, the field goal percentage definitely is weighing in the favor of Winnipeg to start here. But we've seen throughout the series that Albany has struggled in the first quarter at time and built up the momentum throughout the game as each quarter the field goal percentage improved. Whereas at times Winnipeg has been hot out of the gate, but then started to find trouble, especially when Watterson started to pick it up defensively. Watterson and Malka, two defensive players to keep an eye on in this game. See who has the bigger impact for their team. Terry not able to make that long jumper. Down to Malka in the post, laying it up, and with the finger roll is good over Kivar. Winnipeg getting a 6-point lead here. Might want to take a timeout, but no, Narcissa. She's going to attack the paint, and there's Watterson with the second chance. Opportunity is good. Fakes going up for it and draws the defense a little bit off kilter. Francois handing it back to Baltave. Going to call for a screen from Malka. He drives to the paint, gives up to Malka, though. Off the screen. Great dish down low. The Puffin making up for some of his mistakes in Game 5. 2 critically missed free throws that ended up giving Albany the opportunity to take that to overtime. Needs to make up for it, and Malka stepping up on defense too now as he gets a block going. Quick pass to the Dragon down low at Watterson. Wants a block party himself. Sets up the tent and DJ and everything as he blocks the Dragon. But now Malka strips the ball from behind. The Jaguar didn't expect the Pangolin to stick his paw in there and just tip the ball loose. Quick defensive plays on both sides as Francois gets down to the post and just lays it up in a nice and easy. And yes, Albany has to call timeout here. Down by 8. Momentum was in their favor coming in this game, but apparently the day off and travel gave Winnipeg maybe a night in their own bed, an opportunity to reset mentally and come back into this series. A lot of pressure on the team. That,
came
Marcus.
back at a pretty good time.
Yeah. If you want to take back over, Marcus.
Yeah, for sure. As we're going to.
Never mind. You can't take back over because immediately fouls are called.
Wow. All right. Well, I see that things are getting a little bit spicy here. And it's going to be still Albany's ball. As now Yona handed over to Watterson. Lots of passing going on for Albany. As Cassius gives 2 for the 3 ball, and it is good.
Yeah, that's his first bucket here tonight, and they've been sorely missing the good boy. And it's good to see him get the 3, but considering how hot he was in Game 5, the fact it took him 3 tries there to make a 3 is maybe he's finally hit the end of his staminas. Watterson, second block so far.
Yeah, of course, as you say that, the defensive effort is still there for Albany. They're still going to have a chance to try and cut this down back to a 1-possession game. And you're right, the Terry 2 had a lot of energy going down as Yona's able to lay it down for 2. So it's going to be just as important to see what other players are going to be ready to step up because, Narcisa and Terry, they both have done very good job to bring Albany into this possession. But of course, we need to see someone else try to step it up as well to really kind of clinch this thing and possibly get the tie.
Atlas can only hold the world on his shoulders for so long before his knees give out, and Terry has been trying to hold the Albany Alpha's chances in this series, and he has carried them quite far. I just don't know if he can do it here tonight. Like you said, they need another Fur to step up and reduce the burden on his shoulders.
Yeah, and Kivar tried to do that, but he was not going to be able to do that with that 15-footer. So now Winnipeg has an opportunity to extend the lead back to a 2-possession game. And we'll see if Coquinos is able to do that. Trying to find his way into a layup, and he's able to get it even though the defense was closing in on him. Now Terry trying to pass it up that ends up to Yona. And we get a nice movement off ball, but to no avail. It's not going to go down for Terry. As now Winnipeg has a chance to extend their lead once more. And now Carbonu going over that 3, but it hits the front of the rim. But Malka tries to dunk it home, but it's no good. Lots of scoring opportunities, but it's not going to go down. Really great defense there by Albany, even though Winnipeg had quite a good opportunities to make a quick lay-in.
Yeah, I mean, that just came down to the fact that the defense was so there, and Narcissa driving to the paint herself, getting it done. And the field goal percentage is starting to even out a little bit. I mean, that's a lot of improvisation by the defense on the Albany Alpha side, because again, Kevin had a great lane to the basket. I think Watterson was enough of a presence that Malka just overcooked his dunk a little bit, and then to get the block on the Dragon. I mean, that's his 3rd block. We are not even 9 minutes into this game, and Watterson has 3 blocks to his name.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that that's going to be one of the major key factors for Albany to be able to take this series is their Young, Fur, and Watterson to pretty much try and contain the paint on both ends of the floor. But now we having both of the second units come in for Winnipeg and Albany respectively, and we get to see them put into work defensively for Albany as we get Watterson to pick up the board.
Yeah, his fourth block. I mean, if they're just going to leave him in and let him bully the second team, that'd be an interesting decision, but he could shut down the Voyagers' offense here. And we really need Fitch to step up. He was quiet the last game. It was really on Trishan's shoulders to step it up, and we need to see the Squirrel get some points scored. That was driving to the basket for the Voyagers.
Yeah, and as I've mentioned before earlier in the series, Winnipeg's second unit has really been a bigger role in this series, more so than Albany. So Albany has to find a way to have a number of their second unit to really make some noise here if they really want to go ahead and get this game right here. As Johansson tries to lay it up, and it is good.
Yeah, that was literally a buzzer beater for the shot clock, and this is probably the best defensive setup for the Albany Alpha, as you said. Oscar on the floor and Watterson. That is a dangerous post right now.
Yeah, right now Lynn trying to see if they can get any kind of layup into the paint, but it gets blocked really easy by Watterson, and that's his fifth look of the night, and it goes for a quick dunk from Isijima. Great fast break opportunity taken advantage of for Albany, as now they're only down by 1.
I'm a little concerned. Is that 5 for Kaz already?
Yeah, he's really looking like a defensive player of the year with the way that he's been playing, as Caliber goes for a mid-ranger, and it's good. From the charity stripe as well.
Someone's going to need to get that otter into the pool at halftime to cool off, because he is going to be absolutely exhausted if they keep him in. I mean, they're going to have to sub him out at some point. He's been on the floor for almost 12 minutes. It's difficult for a big body like that to go for so long without a break. This will be a big block from Lynn.
Great job plugging into the paint on Winnipeg. So now they have a chance to extend it even more so. And they're able to do it with that bucket right there. And they are now up by 5, 24-19. With just about 30 seconds left of the first quarter. But we get an excellent dish there.
That's the second
dunk.
dunk.
What a quick dunk for Isijima.
That's the second dunk from the Tiger coming out there.
Yeah, I think he's ready to try to be the next spark off the bench for Albany, but then they are also going to be able to get the stop, so Clover does get the rebound. So we'll see if they're going to continue on this onslaught to possibly tie this game up, or at least cut it to only 1 point. And Loomis gets blocked there. So really huge stops there for Winnipeg as they do close it out with leading up by 3, 24-21.
Yeah, but we've learned leads mean absolutely nothing in this series from both teams. I mean, both teams have had double-digit leads evaporate by the end of the game.
Yep, and that's really been kind of the main storyline for the series as a whole. Is it's not really the fact of who's going to be the one to take a stamp on the game or the series. It really just see who's going to be the one to collapse, because it's been a theme of collapses throughout the entirety of this series as Winnipeg does extend their lead up to 5.
Yeah, I mean, again, those middle 2 games where we saw both teams struggle to close out games we kind of ran off definitely highlights that both teams have good offensive prowess. Is Oscar, the St. Bernard, laying it up and in with the finger roll. And it really comes down to, okay, the defense, we've talked about, Malcolm on the Winnipeg Voyager side, Watterson on the Albany Alphas. Who is able to step up in those final minutes? And if they can't step up in the final minutes, who's going to carry the team on offense? Because if it comes down to a tit for tat of, okay, you score 3, we need to score 3, I feel like Albany might have the slight advantage there.
And Carl's able to go ahead and get that quick score as Winnipeg now once again is up by 5, 28-23. And I think you're right in that regard. As Loomis goes for a mid-ranger, it hits the front of the rim, does get the rebound Isajima, and he's able to clean it up. Isajima has really been the spark coming off the bench for the Alphas. And that's really all you need as Caliber tries to go for a drive on his own, and he's able to get the quick layup. Nice finger roll there.
As I say, if you give up that much size, the teardrop is the way to go. I mean, even if Oscar could reach that high, I mean, that's a very significant block that would be required. And even then, the ref would probably call goaltending. We've seen that before where a player this series scored on a goaltending. And Ishijima, he is absolutely racking it up off the bench. 8 points already. That might be the most for the whole series combined for him.
Yeah, he's not really known to be the offensive prowess for Albany throughout the entirety of the series, but he's finding a perfect time to really wake up offensively, as they do need to continue to keep it a close game. So now Caliber trying to go for a tough three, and it hits the side of the rim, but Caro gets the rebound, so they have another scoring opportunity. Caro trying to take advantage against the smaller defender, excuse me, and they are able to take advantage of that.
That'd be like me trying to box you out, Marcus. I mean, Connie, no offense. I mean, she's actually, I think, maybe an inch taller than I am, but Caro did not even have to jump for the rebound there, and Caliber going to intercept the passing lane.
Now Winnipeg is starting to see if they can peel away a little bit more, and Caro's going to be doing that. Caro has been doing fantastic in these previous 2 possessions. As they now are up by 7, they have an opportunity to possibly get into a double-digit lead if they get a stop here. Cloverfield trying to deny that opportunity, and she's able to do it.
Yeah, despite Caro Lynn being right there, still able to lay it up and in.
And now Winnipeg is hoping to probably find a way to answer back, but Albany does need to get the stop here if they want to have a chance to continue to closing up the gap. But Lynn, another good opportunity to go up against a smaller defender, and Lynn takes care of business with that one.
Yeah, the Mantis taking advantage of the size disparity there, and again, you just see it. Once the Winnipeg Voyagers get that matchup, the rest of the team stays as far away as possible. They want the defender, if they want to go help, they have to leave them wide open. And that's just such a lose-lose situation, and a bit of a desperate three there. That was a little far fading away.
Yeah, that seemed like a desperation. I know the opportunity was there as they got the screen going, but not really the wisest shot. It's going from the logo, essentially. So we'll see if Winnipeg makes them pay for this. As Caro handed up to Ide, does get the screen, goes for that long 2, but it's no good.
And you saw there, Ishijima was able to sneak over and kept them from going for the shot. So we see a quick little finger roll there, and Voyagers will call a timeout. But again, the defense was able to actually put some pressure there, even with them matching up against Cloverfield. And you saw they backed down and went to the perimeter play, and that's what they need to do. They need to be willing to let the perimeter open up a little bit and put more of a presence in the post. Sacrifice some of that perimeter defense until they show you they can make it consistently.
Yeah, now we're seeing some major substitutions. We're seeing some starters return onto the court on both sides. As Malka tries to go for it, but it gets blocked. And Malka not able to get it down, as the big polar bear, Tapisa, is able to get things going. But of course, Winnipeg be able to prevent anything from taking advantage on the other end.
Yeah, that was a good fast break opportunity for Narcissa to take the 3. She was wide open. It just is so painful when you walk away from a possession like that and not getting anything for it. And again, Narcissa versus the Dragon. Dragon comes out on top this time.
Kokinos is going to take that all day. Like, the size advantage has really been a huge plus for Winnipeg, as we've seen recently in this game, as we are about to hit the halfway mark of the second quarter. But Albany is able to take advantage of those mid-rangers, and that's kind of been the main thing that's kept them alive in this game.
And that was the rookie Hunt coming out there.
Yeah, right now, Timmons Timmons, who's really been a huge spark for Winnipeg coming off the bench as well. And now Francois going for that mid-ranger of his own, and he's able to get down.
Yeah, a player who hasn't really, we've said their name often this series, Francois Marnu. You know, he's had moments of stepping up, but not a takeover game like you would expect from a player. He's kind of let Timmins come off the bench and dictate pace. He's let the Dragon get most of the work done in the post. Here we see Timmins driving to the basket. We'll go to the line for two.
And yeah, I think it's because of the fact that when it comes to Francois and how his career has panned out, he's not really the first player to really go and be the #1 option. He has had that opportunity for him in the past, especially with the then known Lone Stars. Didn't really work out for him there. But
I was to say the Lone Stars were its own complicated mess of, you know, Buckner leaving and this player that really wasn't expected to have to step up was given a lot of pressure to live under. And I mean, he had opportunities in Edmonton as well. And I think he's found himself to be comfortable in this kind of secondary support role as an optional shooter that just helps pull the defense away from their main guys.
yeah, for sure. As Kevin's trying to get that mid-ranger going, and he does do just that. And now they're up by 10, a double-digit lead. And
so, based off statistics, that means Albany is going to win because every double-digit lead this past, 4 games has gone back the other way by the end of it.
We'll see if that's going to be the case. As Kevin does able to get the turnover going. Kokinos. And says, just back up to Timmins. Timmins trying to find a way into the paint, but goes for a very tough mid-ranger, and it's no good. Yeah, now they're trying to pick things back up as Cassius trying to go for a fadeaway of her own, and she rattles it down. Showing Timmins what's up.
Well, again, she needs to either start making smarter shots. I mean, again, her transition threes I have not had issue with. Some of these contested shots, yeah, I could use some work in terms of, not feeling like she has to take the shot, but no one has really stepped up besides Ishijima on the Albany side.
Yeah, now Francois is able to lay it up and in going by his defender. I believe Cassie was defending him. So really trying to take a little bit of that size and speed to his advantage. As now Terry hands it over to Cassius. Cassius wide open for 3. That's going to go in every day of the week.
Except, leap year apparently, because she did miss one wide open like that earlier. But it's important that she's making her shots. Now that's 2 in a row for her. If she can start making those threes, she can bring this game back. They're within 7 now.
Yeah, that's going to be really important as now Francois just over to Coquinos, who hands it over to Timmins. Timmins got to do something, going for a tough 3, and it's blocked. And that leads to a shot clock violation. Great defense there by Hunt, and great defense in general for the Alphas.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and sub the rookie out, but again, he's making the most of his minutes. A player that is having to fill as many minutes off the bench as he can try and scrouge. I mean, he's got some great players above him he's having to battle with. And, Baltave, that foul there is going to send him to the line for an and one.
What a beautiful, beautiful pass into the paint to go ahead and get that old school 3-point opportunity for Yona. And he's able to get it down. So just like that, right on cue, after being up by 10, Albany is able to cut it down to 4, 45-41, as we were about to hit the 3-minute mark of the first half.
And Winnipeg just slowing it down, trying to figure out what they're going to do. The Dragon not really finding anything. He's just going to take the shot himself over the polar bear, and it's good.
Ooh. I think really that just shows the calmness that Coquinos had in that possession. Now we have Kivar handling the ball as he hands it over to O'Toole. O'Toole got a little bit of a space, but gets the switch to a bigger defender, but he could possibly use his speed to make a quick drive. But instead, he's going to go for a long three, and it hits the side of the rim. The side showing a little bit too much there, trying to over-arc that big body. Now Martinu. Seeing there's a lot of ice opportunity, but here comes Baltov coming off of that screen to go for that shot, but it's no good.
Yeah, got the good double screen there to get open, and Vastin trying to get down low in the post, but no good.
Yeah, now Francois going over three, and it hits in and out. So again, the people, they're trying to pick up the pacing here a little bit. It seems like both squads, and a quick, awesome turnover there for Winnipeg as they're able to see if they can take advantage of that. Albany not able to handle the ball very well that possession. And now Kokinos really trying to size up, and he's able to get it down.
And the
Now
defense,
the crowd is...
I was going to say, the defense chants coming from the crowd now. They are getting into this game.
Yeah, they're getting really excited for their team to try to go ahead and take it on home. But now, Yona has the screen. Gonna have to go for another tough three.
Ooh.
And it is in and out. But a huge dunk there by Kivar. What a way to follow things right back up to clean house. As Albany is able to silence this crowd, at least for this moment. Nakokinos trying to go for that fadeaway. He does rattles it back in. So now Kokinos gotten 10 points so far. He's able to make, he passed 3 buckets. Trying to keep Albany at bay, and Cassius once again not able to get that 3-point for her. And then Baltev hands it over to Carbonu. Carbonu possibly looking for an opening. He does get it with the screen. And he's going to go for that tough lay-in, and it's good. He hesitated a little bit on that one, but he's still able to get it down regardless. Probably looking for a foul. But we're going to see Albany trying to do something with it. And Kivar is not able to get it down after a block on Cassius' shot, and that's how we're going to end the first half.
Yeah, unfortunate ending for that half. Honestly, for a very close first quarter, Winnipeg has found a bit of a stride here, and Albany has just not been able to match it. Now, we've seen Albany step it up in the second half, so I'm not going to, if I discount them, obviously, we're going to go to overtime and be here quite a while, so I'm going to avoid that. I think Albany has an opportunity here with the halftime to really make an adjustment. Their field goal percentage is definitely lower than Winnipeg, but it's not been as bad as it has in the series. They just need to clamp down on defense, and we did not see Watterson much in that second half because I'm sure they're trying to save him for this second half here after burning him so much in the first quarter. Right there you see Kokinos, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and a block. Malka, 2 blocks himself, 2 steals, 7 rebounds, 6 points, doing a bit of everything, trying to lift Winnipeg to its first championship. Carbonu, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Efficient shooting, but probably needs to start taking a few more risks if he wants to keep the momentum going. He can't rely on Kokinos to continue the attack for Winnipeg, as we see also Martinu putting up similar scoring amounts with 6 points, 3 rebounds. Baltave, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 for 4 from the field. Caliber, 6 points, 1 assist, 1 steal. And it really just shows that so many Winnipeg Voyagers have taken and made like 3 shots. It has not relied on one fur. As again, we get to another player, Caro, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block as well. One of those rebounds was offensive, which definitely helps with making those baskets. Lynn, 2 points, assist, and a block. Ide, 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 for 4 from the field. Middendorf, 2 points, 2 rebounds as well for the Bear. Limited minutes on the floor. Timids, 5 points, 5 minutes and 1 point, 2 rebounds and an assist. And jumping on over to the Alphas, Narcissa, 7 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Vastenhoot, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Terry, 3 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. He's tried 4 3-pointers tonight and only made 1. It's definitely been a deviation from form in the previous couple games where he has been absolutely on fire from beyond the arc. Kivar, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Watterson, 2 points, 4 rebounds, but 5 blocks. Absolute monster on defense in the first quarter. Those all came in the first quarter. Tipisa, 2 points, 1 block. Loomis, 1 rebound, 1 assist. 0 for 4 from the field. The sixth fur has just not been able to produce coming off the bench. Oscar, 4 points, 2 for 2 from the field. Helped fill the role that Kaz left while he was getting a much needed break in that second quarter. Cloverfield, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And there's Ishijima. The main offensive threat tonight for the Albany Alphas. Not a fur you were expecting to be the one, but 8 points. Perfect from the field. 4 for 4 with a rebound. Henderson, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Hunt, 2 points and a block, the rookie. Getting the nice defensive stop there. And we'll dive into the second half. Now, obviously, Albany has shown that they can come back from deficits like this. What do they need to do here in this second half, Marcus, in order to make that possible and to take Game 7 here?
Well, I think it's really just simple. Just having one of the starters start turning up. As we saw from the stats, Narcissa having a very slow night. Terry having a very slow night. And Watterson's having a pretty decent night so far, but really we're trying to see if any of the superstars from this alpha squad to really kind of turn up. And Cassie is trying to see if they're able to do that, but it's not going to be the case for that possession.
And I need Watterson. I mean, he can be a lockdown defender all night if he wants to, but they need to start getting some buckets through the Otter as well. I mean, we saw there great defensive stop coming out from him. But again, Vasenhood not able to make the bucket either. And these are just empty possessions for the Alphas here as Martineau finds a good opportunity in transition to hit the 3.
Yeah, and now they're able to extend the lead up to 13 now, 56-43. They're going to have to be really, really careful here, try to find some offensive, and they are able to do that with Kiva, as he does get the easy 2. Really good passing within the paint.
Yeah, I was going to say, you saw Terry O'Toole there kind of pump faking up, saw the driving Jaguar, and just dished it around the defender. And now they need to stop the Voyagers a couple times if they really want to silence this crowd. We saw the first 2 stops there.
Yeah, and that is certainly going to be the big thing, is trying to figure out a way to quiet down this crowd, and those stops are going to be important. But of course, making those bashes is going to be just as important, as once again they're not able to capitalize on the possession. So now Coquinos is able to extend that lead back up to 13, and right now this crowd is not going to give them any kind of breaks, as Coquinos still having a pretty solid game with 12 points so far.
And again, I'm just waiting to see who steps up. And Yona trying to get the 3 off the screen. No good there. Like I said, Albany, they have lots of timeouts. They can afford to call 1 or 2 in this quarter early if they don't seem to be getting the production they need on offense.
Yeah, Coquinos once again having another shot opportunity, but it goes in and out. So now we're trying to see, Cassie is trying to do a little bit of everything, but she's not able to get the shots that she needs, and she seems a little bit flustered at the moment throughout this game.
I mean, she seemed to find a rhythm in games 5 and 6, and it's just either Winnipeg's made the change they need to here tonight to get back to their game plan from the early rounds, and a big block from Watterson there. That's his 6th now. And Albany needs to start converting these fast break opportunities. They're getting a few, and Kivar fadeaway is good.
Yeah, it seems like Kivar has been one of the starters that have kind of turned up a little bit. really been one of the primary scorer for Albany.
Well, he's made up for it with his post play. I mean, he's been getting offensive boards and dunking it down the whole series. I mean, he has an opportunity here to be the hero in Game 7 if he can find a more impactful presence here. And the Dragon is starting to struggle a little bit here. It looks like Albany has made an adjustment with how they're defending him. And, of course, the Alphas will call timeout. Malka getting the second chance opportunity after the block.
Yeah, and honestly, that's kind of been one of the big issues here for Albany. It just seems like that the size has been kind of too much for them. I mean, they were trying their best to dish their way into the paint if they can, but it's just not working for them at all. But we'll see if these adjustments can come here for as Albany does make a big change into the second unit, who's been really kind of been the answer to try and keep this into a manageable game. So they have a hole to try to dig out of.
Well, Ishijima has been the answer, and they don't go to him on the first possession there. And I think Terry missing those three-pointers may have set the motions. We see 7 blocks now for Watterson.
Yeah,
He's on his way to double-double.
Yeah, he is, and it's not usually from a metric that we usually see in blocks, but Edmonton, Winnipeg. Winnipeg's able to go ahead and get that quick scoring.
Wrong Canadian team there, Marcus.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bit too excited for Team Canada. Just at this point, Canada all around.
Anyways, Ishijima will finally get his 10th point here as he just works his way into the paint. And like I said, I think the three-point game has kind of shown to have been off here tonight for the Alphas between Narkissa and Terry struggles, and they've tried to go to the paint because of that. And the Winnipeg Voyagers have just been able to collapse in on them. And I feel like they're going to have to keep Watterson out there for longer than they want. They can't afford to pull him right now. He is the only thing seeming to stand between Winnipeg and the basket right now.
Yeah, it's really been the play on size because really Winnipeg has done a very good job in trying to box out their defenders, really trying to make it very tough for any Albany player to really get something in the basket. And they've been able to take advantage of that with some very tactical game plans offensively.
Well, it wasn't a block. It will be called a foul on Watterson, sending the Dragon to the line for 2. And Watterson will get an opportunity to rest. They're going to sub him out for Oscar. Coquinos good on the first and good on the second 15-point game here. Albany needing to find an answer for this Winnipeg defense. Some of it has come down to some questionable shot selection. Like that with Cloverfield trying to do it herself. Malka gonna see if he can get a quick play going against Ishijima, but no good. Dishing over to Cloverfield. Sorry, it wasn't Cloverfield that's struggling tonight. That was Fitch Loomis with the last shot attempt. Cloverfield calling for the screen. Gets a lane to the basket. Finger roll with the defender. Not able to catch up. You see there, if field goal percentage can equalize, both teams have been very similar in terms of number of possessions. Less empty possessions by Albany and more defensive stops right there is how Albany gets back into this game. And we've seen their grit, their unwillingness to give up in these series. And Cloverfield absolutely dancing her way through the defense, but Malka not fooled. Enough of a presence to prevent that shot. And ooh, the Dragon wasn't expecting Oscar, the St. Bernard, to be behind him like that. Bit of a tough shot there. And no, Fitch Loomis in transition, trying to force it. Was open, but the turnaround jumper's no good. And Eves too. The Arctic Fox pulling it down and back up again with the defender chasing him down from behind, is able to make the basket. I forgot they left the Arctic Fox on the court, subbing out every other starter for the most part besides Coquinos. And speaking of, Malka fighting for the ball. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Albany, what are you going to do with such a short possession? It's just going to be... Oh, that is a bad situation. Malka trying to go for the defensive stop there, and that'll send her to the line for not 1, not 2, but 3 free throw attempts. The only way that could have been worse was if she had made it and had an opportunity for the very rare 4-point play, but she is no good on the third. Not often you see a three-pointer turn into a 3 free throw situation. Usually a little bit more room is given. They don't generate contact on the perimeter like they do in the post. Speaking of, Hunter down low, a little bit too much behind that. I think he was trying to initiate contact with the Mantis there against Lynn. They're going to dish it down to Middendorf. 2 defenders on him, and Fitch Loomis maybe starting to get a little frustrated with his showings here tonight. Will foul Middendorf, send him to the line 4-2. Ooh, off the front iron, no good there. 14-point game with 4 minutes left to go. Albany, they want to keep their spirits up going into the final quarter. I feel like keeping it to a single-digit game is the goal. Question is, how do they do that? Hunt not able to get the first try. The second try, cleans up his own miss. And now they need to answer on defense once again. This is going to be the biggest challenge for them. It's not that they have to answer once or even twice. They have to do it almost 6 times between now and the end of the game. Either generating turnovers or generating missed shot opportunities. Middendorf has the advantage against Loomis. Uses the entire shot clock just to lay it up and in. Right there you see field goal attempts very similar between both teams in both halves. That's showing that neither team is really generating turnovers more than the other. That's one area Albany can possibly start chipping away, so they can start getting some of those steals. Start forcing some turnovers, some travels. We've seen it before as the finger roll comes out there and is good. I believe that was Yona matching up against Timids. Timids on the perimeter, calling from the screen from Caro. Good switch by the defense, and Baston, who comes over to help out, but not able to impact the shot enough, as it is just laid in over 2 defenders. Over to Ishijima. Having to do a lot of the offense himself off the bench tonight. He's had 10. Baston driving to the paint, gets around the defender, but Lynn only a half step behind is the Mantis, and not able to break away from her is Vastenhout, and she doesn't get a wing on it, but she does get enough of a defensive pressure to cause the miss, and Timids attacks the paint. And right there, both teams, the field goal percentage has dropped equally between the 2 of them. A question, this is the 108th game for Winnipeg, 106th of the season for Albany. How much is it? Fatigue coming into play here for 3, no good, but there's a foul. Oscar over the back and starting to get a little chippy here. This game starting to become a little bit of concern for Albany fans. You got 13 minutes and 20 seconds left. You can't let this mountain get any higher. We do see the starters come back in. Or at least Narcissa sliding back in with Kivar. Ishijima being kept on the floor. He has been productive here tonight. A ball lost by Ide. Fast break opportunity. Hunt not able to get anything going, so they decide to dish out to Vasson, who wide open for 3. Needed that, but no. Hunt gets the box out and the second chance opportunity. The rookie getting the best of the Voyagers defense there. Boxing out Lynn, I believe. and having a great opportunity to clean up that wide open three. Vastanut maybe saw that Hunt had the better advantage in the paint and was willing to take that shot, knowing that if he missed, it was more than likely that the rookie was going to clean it up. But quick answer back by Winnipeg. 16 points here. Again, I said I wanted to see this a single-digit game for Albany to keep their spirits up going into the final 12 minutes. Unless we have a Terry O'Toole flurry of scoring, and Vastanut, not a great shot attempt. He was trying to generate space and got a little too far away from the rim. With that, you have to say Winnipeg will get the last possession here. But Albany, they have to throw some coal into their engine. They have to get something going here. They are 12 minutes away from the season ending. Can they make up the difference here? Can we see yet another game that we thought was closed and over flip the script on us and go to the other team? Or can Winnipeg, have they finally built us a lead here tonight that even the Albany Alphas cannot overcome? And to overcome it, they are going to have to rely on their starters. Terry O'Toole, Narkissa, Kivar, Watterson, Vastanut. One of them needs to absolutely step up, preferably two of them. Watterson has been great on defense, but he has to get something going on offense, and he is going to battle against the point guard, Puffin, not able to get even a paw in the face of the Otter there, laying it up and in. Winnipeg giving a double screen. Baltave gets a look, but too much behind it. Watterson cleaning up the board. Vastanut driving to the paint, decides to take the spot-up jumper, and there we go. He's had a little bit of trouble tonight getting the buckets to fall for him, especially with those long-range shot attempts. So if he can start to find the basket here, maybe build some of that confidence back up. Again, Voyagers want to give it to the Puffin. He gets into the paint, but to the right side, or off the left side, it bounces. Vastanut going to do it himself. Take it to the post. A second basket in a row for him, and we're back to 10. I wouldn't be surprised if Winnipeg calls a timeout here. That's 3 in a row for Albany, and they've run some decent plays to get the Puffin open. It just hasn't worked out. Terry blocking the ball, but no, he's going to get called for contact. And if this was Albany, the fans would absolutely be upset and booing the refs right now. Very difficult shot blocked, but they're going to say the dog got some contact. Go on the first, and we will see the rest of the starters besides, I think, Eves come back on the floor for the Voyagers. He'll sub in after the next dead ball situation, I'd imagine. Get Middendorf out. Yeah, and you see him heading to the check-in table now. If you're Albany, you don't want a dead ball situation. You want to use this chance to attack Middendorf. That's going to be Narkissa. Down low in the paint, off the glass. No one there to help Francois, and she gets it done. I want to see her start getting the three-pointers going as well, or Terry, one of the two. I feel like that's the best way to chip away at this lead. Of course, it's a big risk. Missed shots, empty possessions. Not a lot a team can do to build momentum with misses. But a fast break opportunity. Kivar! That is how you do it. Getting the dunk in transition. Oh, the rim bent for the Jaguar there. 8 points. And again, Winnipeg, you got to be careful. You're letting it slip here. You had 16 points, and now it's down to 8. Albany, are you starting to believe again? If Terry can make a basket here, I feel like Albany fans at home will absolutely go insane. But no, it's going to be Kivar down low in the post. Pump faking, fading away, no good, but Watterson cleaning it up, putting it back, and it's good. A 12-2 run. The Alphas apparently waking up here to start the fourth quarter. And that is the worst thing you can imagine. Watterson, the barest of tips with the block. He is getting dangerously close to a double-double with blocks, and he can even put it up a triple-double if he gets enough points. Terry, give the pressure to the MVP. Let him be the one to make the shot here. I think they're going to call for a screen with Watterson. Let Terry take a three. Let him get them back in this game, and no, just off the front iron, not enough. Oh, if that had gone in, Winnipeg fans would have absolutely been destroyed. Still opportunities, but I think the Winnipeg fans are starting to sweat in their seats a little bit. They've seen this happen before here at home. Malco to Marnu, the long three, airballed. And yeah, the dog is upset about that. He was so far out. Malco giving him the ball way too far away. Now it's just the shot clock giving out on them. And I think Winnipeg maybe want to call a timeout soon. They're starting to make some mistakes. I think the nerves might be getting to them. They've been in this situation. They've had it break down before. And now they're starting to watch the same car crash happen again. And it's Kivar driving the bus that is ramming into them with the shot from free throw range. Back to 4 in the Voyagers. They absolutely have to call timeout there. Where has their lead gone? Any Winnipeg fan that went to the bathroom in the last 5 minutes, what have you missed? Because you must think you're watching a different game right now. You left at 16-point deficit for Albany, and now Albany's within 4. And I don't doubt the Winnipeg Voyagers are absolutely making calls on what defensive adjustments they need to make here. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised even if we see Timmins come back in. They need the veteran presence to help lead them. But no, they're going to bring caliber. They're going to try and switch up the offensive scoring abilities. They're going to bring in their 6th for caliber. Try and get him going off the bench. And it's Eves down to Kokinos, the Dragon with the finger roll. Good pass plays, dishing the ball around, gets it to the Dragon with momentum. He's able to lay it up and in with the finger roll. Arkissa matched up against that Dragon. There's a good opportunity in the post for Watterson against Francois to answer back. Fading away is good. There's the Otter. 16-4 run. Albany, can you get a stop here? Can you get this back to a one-possession game? They're going to try and play through the Dragon, it looks like. But no, they end up backing out. They're not confident with this setup. He's against Watterson. The absolute terror of the post this game. And no, Watterson gets pulled out, and it's going to be no good from Francois driving as the shot clock went down. Albany dishing down the Watterson, the post. Watterson, finger roll, but no good. 2 defenders there. Too many hands, too many paws waving in the face of the Otter. Not able to make it work. Caliber, they brought him in to increase their shooting potential. Even if it means Terry has to be a little bit more focused on him. They want to give to Francois, the ring around the world he goes. Not able to convert it there, and the crowd has gone quiet this game. Now they're starting to scream out defense. More of a desperation at this point than cheering on their team. It's Kivar. Oh, the fadeaway. Such a long shot there. Would have liked to see him lean into it rather and try and draw the contact from that far out. Again, a possession they can't afford to be empty on, and Francois finally will be able to put a bucket up for Winnipeg, but 6 points is not a lead that Winnipeg can feel comfortable with. We've seen a 7-point vanish in 17 seconds. 6 point and 5 is child's play for them at this point. They get the good switch they want. They have caliber against Watterson, but the time running out, blocked by the Dragon. I think they wanted to get post, but not able to get the pass off in time, and Yves will quickly score on the fast break, putting them back up by 8. Albany may want to call a timeout. They're starting to lose that momentum they had. 16-4 run was what they were enjoying, what got them back in this game. Arkissa down low in the post. Will battle 2 big defenders, but she doesn't care. A giant slayer threading the needle. Finger roll in for the lemur. 4.5 minutes left to go. And Winnipeg brought in Caliber, but they haven't really used him much here. And Watterson, oh, I wish he had a little bit more aggressiveness on the defense there as the Dragon just fights his way up and in. I can't really complain. Watterson has been racking up blocks tonight like no one's business. Narkissa 4-3 is open and is good. She has struggled tonight from beyond the arc, but she is finding it here at the most critical moment. Now we need Terry to answer back to the MVP. The stop for Winnipeg, from Albany against Winnipeg. Bastenhoot calls for the screen from Kivar. Gets a matchup that he likes. He's going to drive to the basket against the Dragon. Gets a good push. And 3-point game here. And Vassar, that's his 13th point in this game. Picking it up here. Had a tough first game. And Kivar comes over trying to get the charge called against him. Or for him. Lucky he didn't get called for a block there. Ref swallowing the whistle. I'm sure both teams felt like they were deserving of a foul call. Narkissa getting a screen, getting open. Blocked, though. She gets her own ball, though, and had an open look for three. Not able to make it go, though. Rattled out the side. Would have been a big bounce back after that block to have gone a three there. But now it's on the defense. They got to stop here. Caliber in the paint. Blocked by Kivar, the Jaguar. Over to Vastenhoot. Back to Kivar. He likes this matchup against Caliber. Stepping back is good. Albany not giving up any ground here. Keeping it within 5. And yes, the Voyagers, even though they only have 2 timeouts left, they've used one of them here with 2 minutes left to go. Teams like to save those 2 timeouts for the final minute of the game just to move them up half court, but honestly, I don't blame the Voyagers here. They have to make an adjustment. They have to prevent Albany from finding any kind of opening here. 3 points is not a cushion that they can rely on by any stretch of the margin.
Okay. Yeah, this has been a very crazy game so far.
I mean, they were down by 16 and they went on a 16-4 run, Marcus. They are back in it and they are not done.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't be surprised about this. It's Carpenter goes for a quick 3 and it's no good. And I mean, like, are we surprised at this point with how well both of these teams are able to find a way to get back in it from behind? And now, of course, the crowd's getting really, really into it.
Well, yeah, they're the only ones who can they're doing everything they can to hopefully propel this team.
Yeah, and they may have gotten it, but O'Toole's able to get the rebound, and Kivar trying to go for the mid, and no good. Malka gets the rebound. So now they're able to see if they can extend this lead back to a 2 possession. They need every basket at this point with less than 2 minutes, and Coquinos gets a quick dunk. So
yeah,
now both of these teams are just getting
You can hear the crowd right now. They are absolutely ecstatic. But again, the Albany Alphas know how to shut down a crowd. They've done it here before.
Yeah, now with that quick spin move, and they get the foul. That would be on Coquinos. So now they have a chance to cut the deficit down back to 3 with these next 2 shots.
And we talked about pressure in Game 5 impacting Baltave shooting. All the pressure now on Albany, and we will see. They're going to take Caliber out and bring Baltave back in. Hopefully the coach has been talking to him about what he wants to see in this final 1 minute and 8 seconds.
And now we'll see if Yona's going to make the second.
Nope, don't say it. I don't want to see it. No jinxing it.
I didn't jinx it. Did I jinx it?
No, not this time.
Okay, everything's fine. Everything's good.
No, it's not. This is on track for a 5 overtime game.
I mean, it's a possibility, but right now, Coqueto's able to try and get by his defender as he lays it up and in, getting by Watterson with that quick lay-in.
Yeah, the pump fake. Watterson bid on it, and Albany will call timeout. They have a minute left and 5 points here. And you see Malka is stoked, but again, thought back of their mind, 7 points was not enough with less time. All it takes is Terry. He's been extremely quiet this game. If he hits a 3 here, I think the crowd might suffer some PTSD.
Yeah, I can't blame you for thinking that, because there could be any moment that Terry can really turn it on, but
or that
then we get an and one opportunity there as Malcolm draws the foul. So now Yona gets an opportunity to go ahead and really play hero ball.
Oh God, the coach!
The coach is just livid at the moment.
He's seen this collapse happen before. He is not about to watch it happen again.
Yeah, McClade's not looking too happy about this. We've seen this situation happen before, and now they have an opportunity for a 2-point to be only down by 2. As Yona is not able to make it.
Oh, that ball painted the entire rim around the world and not able to fall.
That is such an unlucky thing to happen there, but Albany still has an opportunity as they're able to steal. Kivar with the rock. Hands it over to Cassius. Narcissa trying to get into the paint, but Garza goes for a mid-ranger, but gets blocked there. And now we get a quick foul by Kivar, and that will go ahead and take this. It'll still be Winnipeg's ball. They're not in the bonus quite yet, but they're going to go ahead and foul him one more time.
Not Baltave. He has suffered enough this game. This series. Do not. Oh, please don't miss these. This is a redemption opportunity.
Yes, it is. The crowd's going very silent for him.
Oh my gosh!
And he misses the first shot.
Oh, Marcus, I can't watch.
He is able to make the second one, so they are able to turn this into a 2-possession game. But Albany has a chance to either tie or win. All they need is just 2 buckets.
A 3, a foul, and a 3 would tie the game, assuming all the free throws went in.
Yep. But now all they need is just 2 mid-range shots, or perhaps trying to get 2 quick drives into the paint to tie this up to 92 apiece to possibly get this to overtime. But of course, that's going to be a lot to ask. Yes, we have seen crazier things before in this type of situation. Remember Game 5, ladies and gentlemen, and my lovely NB. Remember Game 5. But of course, anything can happen.
Yeah, and I go back to Terry has been cold tonight. I imagine they're going to get it in his or Narcissus' paws. But they both have not had really rely on them here, or if they'll just go to the paint. No.
Yeah, right now it looks like Cassius going for that long 3, and it hits the side of the rim. This pretty much could be the dagger right here, as Winnipeg is able to get fouled, and they're going to go on the line for 2 more. If these 2 shots are made, then that's pretty much it. And there's the first one.
Okay.
And there goes the second from Baltev, and I think everyone breath, a sigh of relief. It's 94-88. 0-2 going for 3. It's no good. Ladies and gentlemen, and my lovely NBs, we have your FBA champions. The Winnipeg Voyagers are going to be your champions for the 22 season.
Yeah, an unbelievable back-and-forth series. Winnipeg finally winning at home. A series that, honestly, I did not expect to go this way. We are so used to seeing home court. But tonight, this series, it just never seemed like it was a sure thing to win at home.
Yeah, that's just kind of been the biggest kind of theme here. And what a way to get things done is Winnipeg's able to get it going with those efforts. What great poise from Baltiv at the end, really having his redemption story as he's able to go ahead and help his get that Game 7.
He missed the first free throw, so I thought it was about to see deja vu all over again. But
oh, for sure. But now I think we can all have a breath of fresh air. Really, just finally saying that yes, Winnipeg is going to get their first championship ever in franchise history.
Look, you just want to say Team Canada's best. I know that's what you've been holding back on. They
mean,
won gold, and now they win here.
yes, yeah, okay, I'll admit it. I have a little bit of a bias, but even with that, I will have to say, what a great effort here from the Alphas. They did everything that they could to get this title. I mean, being down 3-1 after losing both games on the road, or at home, like losing both of those games at home, there was like, I think everyone and their mother were counting them out at game 5, but they persevered, they dug deep, and they got to that point where they're able to have this opportunity to possibly steal one and probably have one of the biggest final collapses of all time, but it wasn't going to be the case here.
Yeah, I mean, again, this game they even brought back from being down 16 and they got it back within one possession. A team that never gave up no matter how far down they were, no matter how far back in the series it seemed. I mean, again, that game 5 will probably go down in FBA history. Yes, the Alphas did not end up winning the series, but that might be the greatest uh, final 20 seconds of a game in easily this century.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is going to be a championship that's going to be in the minds for everyone for quite a few years now. Heck, you got to give credit where credit is due. Much amazing work from Ruben Hatfield, the general manager, Emma McLean, the coach. It's just, and of course, the players that have really worked tooth and nail all off season to be able to get to this moment. It's been a wonderful game and wonderful series. And it's I just gotta say, this is what the FBA is all about. This moment right here, as we see, the teams hoisting out their respective trophies, really just showing a lot of praise and congratulations. What a great chance. What a great opportunity to see these guys do what they got to do.
And again, an absolute amazing season, an absolute amazing playoff run from the Voyagers, a team that most people weren't even considering as a dark horse, either team, honestly. Again, a fourth and a fifth seed, one of the highest total sum seed final in quite a while. And they put on a showstopper here. And again, Winnipeg, it took 7 games for every series, and they finally closed out an historic playoff run, honestly. And I think all the players in both teams should be proud of the run that got them here, whether or not they walked away champions or not. This will be a final series that goes down in the FBA history, into the FBA vault for players and fans alike to pull out and show their children, why you never give up in a series no matter what, no matter how far down you are in a game. But any last thoughts, Marcus, before we close out the last sports din of the 2021-2022 season?
Well, I think one of the big things is, of course, everybody. Um, it's been a wild ride. It's been fun. It's been very enjoyable, and of course, go ahead and really kind of embrace this amazing moment that we have here in the FBA family. And, obviously, take as much rest as you need, both players, casters, fans alike, whether it's your team hoisting the trophy or just being the ones that are onlooking. Just be able to enjoy the time that you have and get ready to buckle up and get ready for the next one. 'Cause I'm sure next year is going to be probably just as crazy and just as wild. For now, let's go ahead and embrace this moment and really enjoy our time together as we head in another fantastic year.
Yep, once again, I was Ryan Eastman. That was Marcus Baylor. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and making this such a wonderful season.